Hello. Hi, everyone. My name is Jennifer Waters, and I am one of the acupuncturists and healthcare practitioners here at the Fertile Spirit, which is part of CNY Fertility. I'm really excited to talk to you today about glutathione and its role in overall egg quality and fertility. A lot of weeks I come up with content as it relates to egg quality. And, I spend a lot of time researching online and in the clinic getting information. And that's great. But today I have to say I'm really excited about one study in particular that was done that I really believe is going to help you a lot. So, welcome, welcome. Happy Chinese New Year. It is the year of the water tiger in China, Chinese New Year. And I like to think of the Chinese New Year as kind of a New Year redo, in case your New Year's Eve or your New Year's, January 1st, was not great for whatever reason. You can start over right now. So, just in case you need to begin again, it's kind of like renewing your vows if you've been in a long term relationship, right? So, you can kind of refresh, hit the refresh button. So, here we are. It's February, and it's nice to see everybody. So, I'm going to just jump right in. Well, before I do that, I just want to say that I'm also a certified light therapist. So I do photobiomodulation. So really what I try to do is get people to lighten up. Okay. So I always try to bring in humor. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. If you're ever wondering if you're supposed to laugh, the answer is yes. Okay. Because I do believe we all need to lighten up just a little bit. And there's been a lot of studies about that. What happens? Nitric oxide is actually released when the more you laugh, the more your NO levels are increased. So, okay, so glutathione, I like to call her the queen of antioxidants. They often say, if you do any research about it, glutathione is the master antioxidant, and that's all fine and well. But I really think of her as the queen of antioxidants because she has a very particular role in fertility. So, for those of you that like studies, you want to read studies, you love science. Now, remember, there's all different kinds of science. Regenerative science is kind of the buzzwords out there now, and it's worth looking into. Anyways, if you go to pubmed.gov, this is where all of the science studies, not all, but a lot of scientific studies, double blind clinical trials are posted. And you can put anything in the search bar and you're going to be amazed at what comes up, especially if you put in light therapy. Tons of study, hundreds and hundreds of articles come up. So this one in particular, it's about the role of glutathione, the queen of antioxidants, and what does this have to do with your egg quality? The truth is, it may be the most important thing that you can increase if you're looking to improve your egg quality, whether you're preparing for a retrieval, you're preventing pregnancy loss, you're getting ready for a transfer, you're doing IUI, whatever stage you're in. This may be something you're going to want to look into. Okay, so put in glutathione egg quality in the search bar of pubmed.gov. And this one study is going to come up. It was done in 2018 over a 3-month period from January to March 2018, so not that long ago. And basically what it says is that glutathione shields eggs from damage caused by oxidative stress during folliculogenesis, and as such, egg quality is dependent on it. So think about that. So this is the folliculogenesis phase is so day 1 of your cycle, which is the first full bleed up until ovulation. Okay, so this 14 or so days, this is the time that glutathione, the role of glutathione is going to protect your eggs from oxidative stress, right? So it's shielding them. It becomes a protective layer. So that is an important phase of your cycle to think about, right? So what else can you do during this time? And at the end, we're going to talk about ways to increase your glutathione levels, things that you can do to activate the endogenous production of glutathione is better. And this is where science, mostly regenerative science, has not caught up with the information that I have to share with you, which is why I'm so excited. Um, so this would be, from a Chinese medicine point of view, this is the rebuilding phase, right? So day 1 to 3 to 5 is during your cycle. You want to make sure that you're not in pain, that your lining is shedding well, that you are resting during this time. Think of the red tent. We are supposed to be doing less during the beginning of our cycle. And then right after that, you want to make sure that you're rebuilding the blood, right? So if you have a heavy period, even if you don't, you're losing blood. So you need to rebuild well. The quality of the nutrition that you're taking in, the quality of the herbs, whatever it is that you're doing to rebuild the blood really matters now. So you want to make sure you're doing things that are also going to be activating your glutathione levels then, okay? So the study goes on to say that, in fact, research has shown that oocytes, which is the weirdest word, like who came up with that word, oocyte? Anyways, it's kind of fun to say, right? Oocyte. With higher levels of intracellular glutathione produce healthier and stronger embryos. Okay, this was a study that was done in 2014. They proved that, right? You want to have a stronger, higher quality embryo, increase your glutathione levels. Simple, right? Yeah, actually, it is simple. Another study has shown that in younger years, women's ovaries have higher intracellular glutathione levels. Okay, right, because they haven't been damaged from oxidative stress, chemicals, toxins, other kinds of physical stress, misalignment. Remember, in the Arvigo world, we are always looking at location of your uterus is a big influence for the quality blood, how well your blood is flowing to your ovaries. So I don't want to go down that path, but location matters, okay? So the other thing that's interesting about age, so-called age, is that the true aging really comes down to, well, as you know, how our cells are functioning, but the mitochondria in the cell. This is what's making the ATP, the energy, the powerhouse of your cell comes down to the mitochondria. And you may have heard me talking about this before. There's actually more mitochondria in egg cells than there are in any other cells in your body. So your eggs have a special affinity relationship with phototherapy, with light therapy. And there's different kinds of light, because light is working directly on how well the mitochondria function, right? So it's fascinating. There's lots of studies. You can go back to PubMed and put in light and mitochondria, and you're going to see a lot of really interesting studies come up. A lot of them have to do with lasers. Lasers have been studied more than LED. That's a whole nother subject. And certainly more than phototherapy, which is what I'm going to talk about soon. So, and also the study goes on to say that it has been reported that glutathione deficiency is related to premature ovarian aging and even ovarian cancer. That was in 2013, a study. Another study found that for women undergoing IVF, higher levels of glutathione in a woman's follicle translated to increased fertilization rates. Okay, there you have it, ladies. This is it. This is really important. This is affordable. This is easy to do. There's multiple options. So, in other studies, glutathione is shown to be an anti-aging antioxidant, which could have possible impact on egg health, one of the cells most affected by the aging process. Isn't that interesting? Now, that is something that I didn't know, that our egg cells are the most impacted by the aging process. Hmm. Interesting. So we could look at the rate of infertility, and the increase of stress and the increase of other things, environmental toxins, other toxins, things like that. And so we could say we are possibly aging more quickly as a result of all of this. And so therefore our fertility is affected. Luckily, the good news is there's a lot that you can do about it. Okay, so we have solutions for you. And other studies, oh, I saw that. Okay, the protective action of follicle stimulating hormone, FSH, on embryonic development is largely due to glutathione synthesis, right? So that's interesting. So there's this, the supposition is that FSH is a protective hormone, right? So you want to have good levels of that, not too much, but just enough. And then it will act as protection, but it's based on how well the glutathione is synthesizing in your body. So, glutathione can reduce oxidative stress by fighting the formation of damaging free radicals in the reproductive system. Excuse me. Across the board, low levels of glutathione are a marker for disease and premature death. Actually, another study I read earlier was directly about that. People that live longer. Now, remember, we're not necessarily trying to live longer. We want to live better. Nobody wants to be 90 and not be able to read, retain information, exercise, participate in a meaningful way in their life and relationships. So, we're looking to increase the quality of your life so that you can enjoy your time and not be full of inflammation and pain and degeneration. So they directly linked this other study with that. You could Google that too, glutathione and longevity, anti-aging, and a lot comes up. So it's interesting. So one of the areas of fertility glutathione may have an impact on is autoimmune issues. Glutathione is involved in regulating the genes that cause chronic inflammation. This may be helpful for those who are experiencing immunological miscarriages or if the body is rejecting one's mate's sperm. My specialty, my focus is not male infertility or sperm health, but there is a lot that glutathione has to offer men. So all right, so that is what I wanted to. Okay, so the other thing is I wanted to let everybody know that I now have a website. I didn't last week. It was part of the fatal error that occurred for a lot of folks. But, anyways, it's back. So if you want to email me, you can do that right through my website, which is jenniferwaters.net. Okay. And I'm going to put that there. Okay, so here's the thing. There are multiple ways to increase glutathione in the body. A lot of you have heard about NAC, N-acetylcysteine, is the precursor amino acid which allows the body to endogenously create glutathione. That is fine. You can do that. It's beneficial for your health. However, the glutathione that you're going to get from that is a small amount and it has a half-life, meaning it's only active in your bloodstream for a short amount of time. That is also the case for lipospheric glutathione. So you can't go to the store or online or anything and just buy glutathione, right? because the body cannot absorb it. So it has to be broken down. Either you get the precursor or you get it lipospherically, which means that it's broken down in a way the body can absorb it. It tastes disgusting. It's fairly expensive, and the half-life, when it actually is in the body, it only lasts about 5 to 10 minutes, and it's increasing your glutathione levels at most 15%. So it's very low. Oh, here's the other thing that folks do, which is can be costly and time consuming, which is IV infusions of glutathione. You need mostly a prescription if you're going to do high dose. People do it that have cancer as an integrative anti-cancer treatment. You can get it at hangover clinics in big cities. I mean, you used to be able to, and you just walk in and they do it. Again, not an easy thing to do. Got to go into the needle. And the half-life is very low, and it's very short, and you're only increasing your levels approximately 30%. All right, so what I've been doing is working with Phototherapy Patches, which I can send you information about through my website. Okay, so these are patches that you put on the body. If I start pulling off my clothes, you'll see a few that get the body. They are not transdermal. Your body becomes the battery. There are crystalline structures on the patches that, when combined with your heat, there are specific waves of light, which then create a chemical response in the body. Phototherapy patches, photobiomodulation, light stimulating your biology, modulating your biology. So it's fascinating. And one of the patches is glutathione. And the studies have shown, and I can email you the studies because I don't have them right in front of me. They have shown that they increase your glutathione levels up to 300%, and they stay up there. So how cool is that? You can put the patch down your ovaries, right between your pubic bone and your navel. Any in that area works. You're going to increase your glutathione levels up to 300%, and they're going to stay up there for 12 hours or so. So now we are really supporting the body to make some serious changes on a cellular level. We're bypassing the gut. We're going directly into the cells. We are working with the mitochondria. We are cleaning up the terrain, right? We want to clean up the terrain to make the eggs as safe as possible during this folliculogenesis. So that's the good news. That's very good news. So I was very excited about it. What else? You could, search if you want to look at foods and things like that. Glutathione is part of the phase 2 liver detox. So people that are into detoxifying. So I'm going to give you my website. So if you're interested in purchasing that, I want you to go to my website, jenniferwaters.net. Connect with me first, because I can help you decide how long, how many, depending on where you're at in your time. If you have a week, we can make some serious changes in a week. If you've got a month, great. If you've got 3 months, even better. Okay, so let's figure out where you're at and then go from there. jenniferwaters.net. Oh gosh, this happened to me last time. I could not figure out how to put it in the chat. Maybe someone else could. That's what happened before. jenniferwaters.net. All right, Natalie, you want to join? Great. I'm glad I pushed on that button. I'm not sure what that means. Oh, here it is. Yay. All right, thank you. I hate to spend a lot of time complaining about what's not working in terms of technology. I can't stand it when other presenters do that. And let's just get to the point. I like to start at the end. Start with the most important point. And then at the end, if you want to hang around and chit chat, great. But otherwise, let's get right to the point, folks. Everybody's busy. We don't want you to waste your time doing a lot of things that aren't that helpful. I am part of the Fertile Spirit team. It's really nice to work with such talented women. What everybody has to offer is very important. It really is. Doing hypnosis, looking at the underlying causes of your belief system, very important. Doesn't Cerevital also have most of the amino acids and glutathione? Could be, and it helps. I think of it like if you're going to do the patches with the amino acids act as like an accelerator. So the more the better, right? So you want to get the body to start creating this on its own with as much support possible. If you're sure that that's the thing that you need after reading about it, if you resonate with it, then let's go for it and get you increasing your endogenous glutathione in as many ways possible, and absolutely taking NAC. Do it. Why not? It's also considered an antiviral. Viruses are really affected by glutathione. They will decrease. Oh, that was the other thing I wanted to share with you. Things that will decrease glutathione in the body. Physical stress. We know that stress comes back to everything. But let's not forget the positive stress that's there is the stress that's created from like fasting, intermittent fasting. So anyways, radiation, right? 5G, people that are traveling a lot on airplanes, that'll decrease your glutathione levels. If you've had any infection, the body's fighting, bacterial or viral in particular, that'll decrease your glutathione levels. Drugs, pharmaceutical drugs. I mean, unfortunately, those of you that are going through IVF have to take a lot of pharmaceutical drugs. So that if nothing else, increasing your glutathione levels is going to help to mitigate any damage or negative side effects of the pharmaceutical drugs that you have to take. So it's going to really help each other, right? Because you have to take stuff that you don't want to take. Everybody does. And that's okay, as long as you're following it up with things that are going to help you to recover more quickly from it. So that's a lot of questions. I am not sure. I'm better with email. If you email me, I'm 45. Yeah, it's tricky when you're recovering from tubal ligation. If it's successful, there's still probably a lot of scar tissue inflammation. There's lots of things that we can do for that, though. So Jessica, the daily dosage. Here's the beauty of patching. All you do is put one patch on and that's it. You don't have to remember. Well, what you have to remember is in the morning, put one on. And then at night before you go to bed or in bed, take one off. So can it help you? I don't have cycles. Yes, because it's going to help your ovaries to start functioning better. It might not be the best of all the patches to help regulate your cycle or get you. And also, we have to diagnose why. There's different types of amenorrhea. So we need to sort of specify what's going on with you. Oh, geez. Jackie, I would definitely start with 40 is not old. I don't care what they say. Remember, it starts with your mind, okay? With your mindset. So don't think that 40 is old, all right? Because I see a lot of very healthy 40-year-olds and I see a lot of unhealthy 20-year-olds. Okay, what's the difference? Their mindset, diet, stress, pharmaceutical drugs. Okay, right. He told you you're old. Yeah, I mean, what a thing to say, first of all. So you're only as old as the mitochondria in your cell. Once we rejuvenate you on a cellular level, this is true age reversal or anti-aging or whatever you want to call it. There's a lot of buzzwords. I haven't found the words that I really like yet. It's more like longevity is what I like. Definitely not. You're only as old as your cells are. And that's the amazing thing that, remember, we are designed to heal and repair. I see miracles every day in the clinic. And so you have to be careful when you go to doctors and they say things like that to you. You really have to protect yourself. What about 50? Well, that's a good question. It depends. 50 is not old if you're living your life. If you're 50 and trying to conceive, we have to be in reality. So, I mean, the body, we have our natural cycle here, at some point it's over for reproduction. Okay. Well, listen, here's the thing. Um, I'm in Syracuse. I am at CNY Fertility in Syracuse. Yep. Has ovarian PRP. Oh, I wanted to read that one. It's going more quickly. Here's the thing that's really interesting. Last week I talked about PRP and glutathione because I believe the future of fertility is going to be connected to stem cells. And we have another patch that increases endogenous production of stem cells through the amino acid production. And the thing that's interesting about ovarian PRP is the mesenchymal stem cell study that was done showing really good outcomes. Now, mesenchymal, that's the umbilical cord stem cells being used to rejuvenate the ovaries. And in PRP, I guess it doesn't matter. Yeah, wherever you get the blood from is irrelevant. But there are some mesenchymal stem cells in the PRP. So that is part of the mechanism of how it's helping. So I've been trying to talk to Dr. Kiltz more about this. He's very busy because of this ridiculous lawsuit that he's in. It's taking up his time. And so I wasn't able to really talk with him about it, but I think that we're going to be hearing a lot more about stem cells, a lot more about glutathione. PRP, absolutely the way to go. Listen to Dr. Verity Ellis's January 12th talk on PRP. It's very interesting. To start with, yes, I would say if you're 40, it doesn't matter how old you are. Start. You want to begin as soon as you possibly can. Okay, so if you're in Syracuse, stop by. I've got lots of glutathione. We can ship you some. You can buy it directly from the website. Nicole, I would say glutathione patches. Let's get you patching. Let's get those glutathione levels up. Does red light also recommended, Natalie? Absolutely. Depending on where you're at, look for a light therapist in your area. At some point, I really want to do, I'll do an overview of the different kinds of light. LED, laser, phototherapy, Rife, the sun, the sauna, the whole spectrum, okay, because it's fascinating. The patches are designed to be worn every day, 12 hours on, 12 hours off. So you have to remember, I've moved them. I used to have them in different areas of my house. Now I put them down in the kitchen. So I remember to put them on in the morning. I'll send you some. Go to my website and contact me. Yes, this will help with recurring pregnancy loss. That and the stem cell patch. Absolutely. Oh, you're in Hawaii. That's where I went to school. I went to college in Hawaii. I love it there. Lots of sunshine there. I miss that. My teacher used to say Hawaii is not a good place to learn how to meditate because it's too happy. You have to have suffering to get very good at training the mind, which is why I moved to Syracuse. Yes, go to my website. Okay, reach out to me. That's the best thing to do. I will help you to put together a little program. Okay, you're on my website now. Then email me. Okay, that's the thing. And I'm going to send you, I created a guide, optimizing egg quality guide. And there's a short little questionnaire in there I'm going to want you to fill out. Recommended what treatment add-on to help frozen embryos stick? That's interesting way to put it there, Ainley. It really is. I want you to listen to one of the embryologists did a good live, and they use the term freeze, but they're not really frozen. It really helped me to change the way I was thinking about those vulnerable embryos and how to get them to be rehomed to the best condominium possible. So I like to think of the uterus as a condo. So no, I'm not in Colorado. I wish I was. Actually, I wish I was in Sarasota. I am in Syracuse, CNY Fertility in Syracuse, but I'm also part of the Fertile Spirit team. They're all in California, I think so. Anyways, that's a good question. Who knows what Dr. Kiltz is planning? We don't know. Um, so yes, go to my website. Okay, reach out to me. I have to go now. I will give everybody the guide that reaches out to me and we'll put together a plan for you. It's very easy to do. My website is jenniferwaters.net. I'm so excited that it's up there because it wasn't before. All right, everyone. Thanks for coming. I'm going to continue on my study of the best ways to improve your egg quality, which is the best way, the shortest way to getting you what you want. You're very welcome. It's an honor to be here. It's an honor to serve. Remember, pay attention to what you're thinking and how you're feeling. It really matters. Be kind to yourself so that you can be kind to others.